we have so many different techniques to leave the body. There are some that are very basic, like relaxation. Some very natural, like doing the Velo technique to prompt the out-of-body experience. Some very radical to the point that it can be dangerous. But some radical that is perfectly within control if done properly. I tried the technique of fasting. And this is a technique in which we spend 3 days, full days, only like water fasting, nothing but water. The idea is that by doing fasting, and that's what many Buddhist monks and different traditions would say, you eat less, your energies get more subtle, you have more easy to work with energy, you will be more sensitive, you have more experiences, and then it will be easier to detach from the physical body. So that is how it normally goes. I not only did 3 days, which would be 72 hours, I did 83 hours of fasting. And that is the second time I do it. The first time was like 20 years ago, and it didn't work. I wanted to see how much that would facilitate the out-of-body experience. Of course, for somebody to do this, the person must be healthy. So I'm not saying to you guys, do this technique. That is an option, but you have to check your health and see if you can do it. We can always back off if we start feeling something negative. But stopping fasting is as complex as doing fasting. So we need to study how to do it. When I was in the first day, I was hungry. Of course, I was hungry the whole time. That is the truth. But it would come and go. I kept like doing, especially Velo. I did other energy procedures, emitting, absorbing, trying to sense my chakras. But I did Velo the most as a test, just because Velo will deal with the whole energy body. We'll go through all the chakras at the same time. So for like an analysis of what's going on in the energy body, it's the best technique. For those of you who are with me for the first time, do not know what Velo is, I'm going to leave a link, okay, in the description so that you can watch a video. What is Velo? But it's an energy technique. On the third day, I found it harder, actually, to do Velo and to work with energy in general. I would sense normally. And the reason why I found harder, it was to me a little bit like my body was no longer so comfortable. I woke up in the third day with my head at the same time feeling heavy and light. So I was a bit like spaced out. For us to do Velo, we have to focus on our energy. We do not need to sense, but we need to be able to have some control of our mind and attention so that we focus on our energy body. The awareness cannot be the physical body or anything else. It has to be the energy body. So I would do that mental connection with my energy body, but I would feel it was not as much control as I normally have in my everyday life. So the following morning, which was my 83rd hour of fasting, I got up and I didn't have a nice night. In that night, the idea of the technique is you do fasting for 3 days. And then in the third day, you get what you love the most to eat and you leave it ready in your kitchen or living room so that your astral body will feel compelled to go out and go for that food. Because our mind is focused so much into something, it will act towards that direction. So that is how the fasting technique works. So a little bit of, hopefully, releasing the energy connections plus our target of wanting to eat. In my case, I got a panettone, and these days that I was fasting, I would look and the panettone was there looking at me the whole 3 days. During the night, I could not calm my mind. I was not nervous or negative or with negative thoughts. Anxious, it was not that. It was just that my mind would not calm down. I would be too alert. I could not go, deeper than a light sleep. So I did not manage to get to the point of leaving the body. I tried a technique when I went to bed. I used the relaxation technique. And after that, I used the mental focus technique, which is almost like seeing ourselves detaching from the body. It's a psychological process of doing that. But I was far from having results. Further than I would normally be in a regular day. In the morning, before I got up, I tried to think of the panettone and let my body relax. But it was not a comfortable feeling in my body. My heartbeat accelerated a little, so it was higher than normal. Not high, but higher than normal, which makes much harder for us to get our metabolism to the right condition of detaching from the body. The hardest part was how to get out of fasting. What to eat first, what to eat second. But really, in 2-3 hours, I was back to normal, able to eat anything. What I thought is, there is so much fuzz about what we eat and how we are going to be able to fuel our energies, to develop our psychic awareness and leave the body. And I really have not seen any connection. The connection that I have seen throughout my life is that sometimes some people, they eat too much. Their bodies get heavy, not heavy because of weight, heavy because of the digestion. The digestion is disturbing. Then it doesn't work. But other than that, I have never observed any relation specifically. This type of food is going to help you leave the body and this sort of thing. I've never seen.